So what's so amazing about the technology of this machine?
Well, the technology is actually very simple. It's a teeter-totter. I mean, there's nothing fancy about that, but it's how the teeter-totter in this particular application, how it works or what it does to the body responses. That's the amazing thing. So think of a muscle fiber. Muscle fiber is like an elastic band. If you stretch it, it wants to snap back. And muscle fibers are exactly the same. When they get stretched, they want to contract. That will happen with every single movement. So when that plate vibrates, say 25 times a second, which is a setting for a pretty high level or good level of workout, the muscle fiber will contract 25 times a second.
Wow.
Now in voluntary exercise, intentional voluntary exercise, you go to a gym, you lift weights, or you do push-ups, or you run around a racquetball court or whatever, there is no way that you can intentionally make your muscles fire 30 times, 25 times a second. That you are getting in a 10-minute workout 5 or 6 or 7,000 muscle contractions, which is roughly equivalent to walking several miles.
Is it safe?
It is safe. You're far more likely to hurt yourself with a conventional workout, lifting weights, or straining yourself on a treadmill or an elliptical than you are to injure yourself on a vibration machine. If somebody can walk, if somebody's condition is such that they can walk, you can set this machine at a safe level for that person. So even elderly people who are fairly limited in what they can do can benefit from whole body vibration in a safe way. It is very phenomenal, and when you think that organizations like the Russian space program, the American space program, Olympic level athletes are using this, that research is being done worldwide with hundreds of scientific studies published, that this is established technology.
So what's the difference between oscillating whole body vibration machines and linear?
Well, very simply, the oscillating machine moves like a teeter-totter. So the vibrational stimulus alternates one side to the other, which mimics normal body movement. When we walk, our muscle contracts alternately one side and the other. Now, the advantage of oscillating, and this has actually been established scientifically.
And Goga uses
exclusively
the
oscillating machine. And for this reason, that scientifically it's been shown that you can actually get more benefit out of much less G-force using an oscillating machine. So basically, it's safer and it's more efficient.
Right. Does whole body vibration burn calories?
Absolutely. Yes. When you have thousands of muscle contractions, a corresponding increase in blood flow, a corresponding increase in oxygen consumption, etc., etc., that can only happen with the consumption of calories. More activity means more fuel is being burned. Very significantly, it's been shown to reduce visceral fat. Okay, fat, not the stuff that you can put your fingers around, but the stuff that's inside, that's around the organs. Visceral fat, especially in the belly, or otherwise called omental fat, when that proliferates, and it does when we gain abnormal amounts of weight, that's the stuff that's associated with hypertension, diabetes, and other diseases.
Evil fat.
Evil, very evil fat.
Okay.
This stuff doesn't look good.
Right.
That stuff will kill you. Regular use, always that's being the qualification, will reduce visceral fat. That's huge. That's huge.
So regular meaning 2-3 times a week?
2 or 3 times a week.
For 10 minutes?
For 10 minutes.
On Goga machines?
Perfect. If somebody were to do that and make that just a part of their lifestyle, whether they drop into a go-go studio on their way home from work or during their lunch break or on their way to work, they can do this in their street clothes. They're not going to break into a sweat. They don't have to take a shower. It's so convenient, it's so efficient, so effective, and you can make that a part of your lifestyle reasonably.
Peter, now, I'm a woman and I struggle with the big C,
The big
cellulite.
C.
Okay, good old saddlebags, okay?
Right.
Does it help that?
That has been looked at scientifically, and there's no question that, again, anecdotally and in one study that I'm aware of, reduces the appearance of cellulite significantly. And
Yeah.
another hot button item, it's going to boost your libido.
Sex drive.
And
That's amazing to hear.
yes, that's wonderful. When you feel better, when your hormonal status is more optimal, when you're burning calories, when your muscle mass is increasing, when your circulation is increased, when you're in a better mood, all of which can happen with whole body vibration, your sex drive is definitely going to benefit.
Wow, so basically, in essence, then your whole relationship with your partner will increase, will be better with the go-go machines.
The go-go machines are definitely going to contribute to a happier, friskier relationship.
Thank you, Peter. Who is the ideal client for this type of exercise?
Everybody with obvious qualifications. If you can comprehend what's required to stand on the machine and cooperate, you're a candidate. Even people who have trouble standing and can stand only with assistance could benefit with assistance, obviously. And the medical contraindications, which we already discussed. Virtually anybody else will benefit from whole body vibration. It's that simple, it's that safe, it's that effective.
I'm on the go-go machine. Where do I start?
Well, this is really very simple. You start by standing on it, and you want to be sure that from the center line that your feet are equally spaced from the center.
Okay.
So the vibrations to both sides of your body are equal. That's very important. And your feet should be pointed straight.
Okay.
And then you simply set it to the lowest speed to start off with, so you get used to the motion, and then you push the start button.
What about my knees, though? Should my knees be like straight or
You want your knees slightly bent.
bent? Okay, cool.
You want your pelvis kind of tilted forward.
Okay.
You want your back nice and straight, and kind of stretch out your spine, shoulders relaxed, and just kind of relax and settle into the motion, and just kind of let the machine do the work.
So if I'm on my go-go machine for like 10 minutes, am I going to plateau? Should I do any additional exercises to increase the benefits?
Well, certainly staying in exactly the same position at the same speed, session after session after session, your body's going to adapt to that and plateau. Now, the beauty of this machine is that it provides an infinite variability on what you can do and how you can exercise. You can exercise at different speeds. So your brain and your muscles will be constantly challenged with different kinds of input. You can vary the distance that you have your feet from the center of the plate to increase or decrease the intensity of the vibration.
Oh, let me try that.
So
So if I just move over like this?
a little bit, and
Oh yeah, I can feel that.
you can feel
It's
that
more intense.
it's much more intense.
Yeah.
Similarly, if you keep yourself in the same position, you will feel the vibrations in a certain way. Now, if you just, I'm going to increase the speed a little bit,
Okay.
and
Oh,
if
yeah.
you just change the degree of knee flexion slightly,
A little more or less?
either way,
Okay.
you're going to experience the vibration in different parts of your body pretty noticeably.
Yeah, I definitely
Right?
do. Yeah. It's
Take your mark.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to use a position in which you will get a lot of benefit in a position that's used in a lot of study protocols. It's a squatting position. So if you put your hands on this crossbar, just for balance,
Yep.
and you want to bend your knees so that your
Like that?
knees are 90 degrees, and your back as straight as possible.
Okay, like that?
Yeah. And
Oh,
just
yeah.
hold that.
That is more intense. I mean,
That's-
squatting is just,
And you'll feel that in your quads and your hamstrings pretty intensely.
I do.
All right, now if it starts to burn a little bit, that means that lactic acid is building up. You straighten
Just a
up.
little bit, okay. Yeah, I felt
And
a bit
within a
better.
very short time, because of the increased circulation, that lactic acid will wash out.
Yeah, burning's good though. It means that it's doing something, right?
It's doing something, but you don't want it to persist for very long. So
Okay.
if you feel that burning,
Yeah.
you straighten out, the lactic acid washes out very quickly, and that's another big advantage of this. The so-called warm down from traditional exercise, in which you have to get rid of all of this lactic acid, you can do that very efficiently and in a very short period of time with this machine.